My name is Warren P. Birchfield, friendly young druggist. I'd been out delivering Johnson's back plasters when my bicycle chain broke, and I was picked up by a gentleman driving a dynamite truck. Almost immediately, he turned to me saying,
"Notice the grimace of pain etched on my rugged outdoor features?"
"Yes, all of the earmarks of a muscular backache."
Exactly.
Well, there's no need to tolerate that. This Johnson's back plaster treats a backache as simply as you would a headache.
Okay. Let's switch seats here, and I'll put it on.
All right, fine.
Let me slide over there.
Watch yourself.
Hey, this warm flannel backing is giving my muscles firm support.
Yes.
And soothing heat has begun already. Now I'll be able to continue my active outdoor driving life while enjoying blessed relief.
And continue it he did. Friends, next time muscular backache strikes you, why not say as others do, suffering quickly relieved, thanks to Johnson's back plaster. In our studio is a lovely little lady that you've heard us refer to many times. She lives in Lebanon, New Hampshire. She's visiting New York and, of course, the Bob and Ray Show. Mrs. Fenley, you've sent us pies and cakes for a long time now. Have we been answering your requests all right?
Yes, you have.
The beer truck's been getting there on time every week.
Every Wednesday like clockwork.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Miss Fenley, have you noticed that...
Have I noticed you're going to talk to me now, I suppose, about tab opening aluminum tops on the beer cans?
That's right. You know who developed that? Alcoa. And boy, it makes
did.
it so easy to open one of those cans. You just...
Yes, I love to. I just open them one after the other. I've got opened 3 or 4 cases at a time, just out of the sheer fun of it.
Uh-huh. Well, that's a little bit wasteful, of course.
Well, I do drink the beer, too.
Oh, fine.
Yes.
Nice to have you here, and we've got to get back. All right, that'll be enough.
Oh, I can't stop once I start.
Time now for another interview with a great American painter, brought to you by Glidden Paints. Hello, Bill Miles.
Huh? Oh, hi.
We're standing on almost a vacant lot. There's one house there. You going to paint that house, Bill?
No, I painted this one back here.
Well, I don't see any house back there.
Well, that's proof that I've done my job well.
What do you mean?
Well, I've camouflaged it.
Camouflaged a house?
Yes, sir. Most unusual house painting job I've ever had. That's a Dutch colonial that you think's a forest.
Why would anybody commission you to camouflage their house?
Well, I guess the fellow owes a lot of money or something, and he doesn't want the bill collectors to find his house.
Have you used all 38 homogenized spread house paint colors?
Just 37. I could use 38, but I just needed 37 to do the job.
Uh-huh.
It goes on easy, this homogenized spread house paint.
They tell me it lasts 50% longer, too.
That's right. They won't be able to find that house for years.
Did you have to use 37 different brushes, Bill?
No, that's the beauty part. Just rinse the brush between colors and just start in the new one.
Wonderful.
Say, do you have a few seconds?
Why, yes.
Help me find the front door so I can give the guy his bill, will you? This is your Cumuloft Hollywood reporter with beloved star Lurch McBain. We're at Lurch's favorite Japanese restaurant, Clyde's.
That's right, Jimmy. I like to come here because you have to take your shoes off and sit on the floor.
What's so good about that?
Well, as you can feel, the restaurant's covered wall to wall with carpeting of luxurious Cumuloft nylon pile. Feels neat on the feet.
Well, how can you tell it's Cumuloft?
But Jimmy, Clyde's my friend and a friend of all my friends. And he left the big blue C tags on them. That tag identifies nylon carpeting made to mill and Chemstrand quality standards.
Carpeting you can trust. It certainly is soft. I could sit here for hours.
You may have to, Jimmy. Clyde's not too strong on service.
Well, what do you recommend we eat?
We'll start with the minestrone tempura and then try their wonderful sukiyaki sauerbraten. It's great.
Sounds delicious.
I guess. But I see time's wasting, and I promise to sing a little song. Up, 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 up.
Better learn the time a little better there, gal.
I've seen that lonesome gal's face. I know why she's lonesome. There's a kisser that would curdle milk at 10 paces.
She better learn how to time her program better than she did that one there, too.
Well, you have to
I'll speak with her after.
Speak to the lonesome producer, Mr. Kelly, along with her. But good afternoon, friends, and welcome. We'd like to invite you all to the WHDH picnic at Nantasket Beach this afternoon. Bring your own lunch and steamed clams.
Hello, Bill! Bill is way in the corner today. He's been a bad boy, and I think he's going to stay there for a long time.
Look, friends, we have made a few changes in the studio.
Doesn't it sound different?
Hey, doesn't it sound different?
We're trying to get rid of the echoes.
Echo. So, fortunately, we have. No, seriously, what we've done is this. We have put the organ at one end of the studio. Over near the open window where we can help Ken out. And towards the rear of the studio, we have Bill Green. Bill, can you hear me back there?
Hello! Woo! Hello!
And the desk. You see, Bob and I we sit here at a large walnut desk that is engraved beautifully and is an expensive antique item. We'd like to let it go for $5.
$5?
The Echo didn't even go for that. Well, really, we're way down at the front of the studio now where we look at nothing but the door.
We have our noses pressed right to the control room glass.
And it's an awful sight in there. Charlie Gargoyle is back at the controls in his own inimitable manner.
I don't like to surprise you at all, Charlie, but there's snow falling in that control room.
Yeah, close the
skylight.
Or skylight. Is that what it is?
That's what
it is.
Well,
anyway, it's to make hasty exits when bill collectors come.
Bill collectors come.
Bill collectors.
Uh-oh, I knew this would happen. Green is walking the long mile from the piano down here. Get a little exercise.
Why don't you sit on the other side of this microphone so I don't have to look at the back of your head?
Look, you're better off that way, Green, believe me.
No, it's the way it's been arranged. Not over here. It wouldn't make any difference if I sat over there, would it, Charlie? No, all right, so that's what I'll do, Bill. I think I'll recognize that and move the microphone over there.
The floor recognizes Bill Green and his suggestion.
Oh, what a face. We recognize it, but we try to forget it. Well, that's beside the point. What we're here to mention is that we hope that you've all got your records. You should have them real soon, at least tomorrow or the day after.
They all have been mailed out, that's right.
All 14 mail boys.
Yeah.
They've all made the trip, I hope. Bill, how long does it take you to walk from here down to the piano now?
Now?
Huh?
Leroy!
Notice we have a Confederate soldier in our midst today.
Is that a Confederate soldier?
Either that or a mailman. I guess maybe he's a mailman, huh?
I don't know. I suppose so. And in true fashion, the mail is getting through.
Sure, even on snowy, stormy days like today.
That's right. Believe me, this is a real snowy day, too.
Well, the flakes are getting larger here in Boston, I'm happy to report, and that's usually a sign it's going to stop.
It is, at that. The flakes are pretty big right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably, say, north of here a few miles, say up my neck of the woods, it's probably coming down the size of California peas,
sure.
Which means it will snow until next Friday.
See, I just had a call while you were not around here in the last half hour from Irving Gutlin, who runs the Music Nook out there.
Never heard of him.
He said after his plug yesterday he had 10 or 15 calls, several sales. Now, look, friends, that isn't what we want.
No.
That's not what he's with us for.
What is he with us for, Bob?
Mere goodwill.
Oh, sure.
He doesn't want to sell anything.
No. Don't you believe us?
The
He
mere
sure
fact
does.
that he stocks all those music items, that's secondary.
It's beside the point, certainly.
Goodwill is the big thing. And here's goodwill now.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Will.
Hello.
What have you been doing on this snowy December day?
I've been snuffling the show along the sidewalk.
Been what?
Snuffling the show a little bit.
You weren't here for rehearsal, so I can readily
No, and
realize.
I'm caught without my glasses, too, and I'm reading upside down, as you can gather.
Well, of course, those are pretty important points here in this little game called radio.
How does this little game called radio come out? Who wins?
Well, we win as long as we have things like Arthur Godfrey doing things like this on our program.
Sure.
Chesterfield satisfy women and men. Chesterfield over and over again. Milder, much milder, all smokers agree. Always by Chesterfield's ABC.
Now I'll just put down my ukulele and say again that I think this is the best radio program on the air on any independent station or any network.
You don't have to say that to us, Arthur. It's all right.
We know it, Art.
Sure.
Well, I just wanted you fellas to know, that's all.
Well, thanks a lot.
You gonna sing anything today?
Well, we had made a few elusive plans. Yes.
We hadn't really decided on anything definite. I thought, Ray, we might work out an arrangement on Johnson Rag if we got the words and the music someday.
Well, it's something to think about.
It's
certainly.
one of my favorite songs, fellas, too.
Jack Teeter and his Sturdley brought that back, didn't
Well,
they?
they brought it back with a big
responsible?
bang. Sure, Jack Teeter.
But I can remember the Johnson Rag, excuse me, when Russ Morgan made a recording of it a long time ago with no words, but now everyone wants words to it.
Well, Jack Lawrence added the words to that great
Of
song.
course, he wrote the original melody, too.
He did, huh?
He and Franz Leha.
That's so. I didn't know they had gotten together on that, but it's nice to know it.
Well, see, Let me think.
Well, I guess you don't need me anymore, fellas, huh?
You're right. You're so right, sir. What do you do with your old ties, Arthur?
Well, I have been going without neckties lately, you know.
Oh, you have? That's right. You've gone Sturdley.
I like to come in kind of informally and independently.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I got to catch a plane back to New York, fellas. I'll see you.
I've got a late bulletin for you. There'll be no planes this afternoon. Or at least I wouldn't think so.
Well,
Of course,
I
I
better
don't know.
start walking right away then.
Yeah, I would presume as much.
Why don't we have a song?
Thanks for asking me, Bob.
Okay.
I'd like to sing a little thing here.
No, I meant Ken and Bill. I thought maybe
Oh.
they'd like to play something.
Oh, well, that's different.
Bill! That piano were where it used to be, I would have been playing it today.
I just thought of that, Bob. That's right. As a matter of fact.
But not nearly so well as Bill Green.
Well, we have to get our cars registered for the new year pretty soon, I suppose.
Yes, I've taken care of that.
So have I, as a matter of fact. And I was noticing, they have on the back of that, or some insurance companies enclose a little diagram for you in case you get involved in a Sturdley.
Where the sticker goes,
That's
you mean?
why I never get into accidents. I cannot draw diagrams of what happened.
Mm-hmm. You know what Jerry Lewis says?
No.
He always brings his car in town so he'll have it there for accidents.
That's a very good and convenient idea.
Can't leave it home. He's got to have it with him for accidents.
That's right. I never thought of that. But I cannot draw those diagrams. You would be right handy if you drove into a bus or something, Bob. You can draw so well.
Oh, I'm a good diagram drawer.
Well, if I
In
ever...
fact, my brother is a good artist, too. There's a pair of drawers in our family.
Is that so?
That was me, Elliot.
Well, that's okay. You go ahead and say it. I'll read the Herald.
Yeah.
Boy.
But now it's time for our sterling new feature.
Lawrence McGaffigan, cop.
The combined brains of the big city metropolis police force have been put together to track down a dangerous criminal wave.
What's
Make
his
that
name?
read a dangerous criminal gang. So far, little progress has been made, and just this morning, the big town metropolis jewelry store was held up. $30,000 worth of jewels were stolen.
Including $2 in zircons.
The police force is at its wit's end, and we open our scene in the inspector's office.
No,
as
the
he
mayor's
calls.
office,
In the
demanding
mayor's,
action.
In the mayor's office, is demanding action from the police commissioner.
Hey, now look, Commish.
Yeah?
We've had this here crime wave, and I demand action
Well, I don't know just exactly what I could do.
There's a nephew of mine on the police department, a Lawrence McGaffigan, who's never been given a chance to prove what he can do.
By George, Mayor, I think you found the solution.
Why don't you turn the whole thing over to Lawrence McGaffigan, cop?
Right, Mayor. That's what we need. Action.
Now, organ. Oh, never mind.
Are you following the script, Wilson?
I'll hum.
Our scene shifts crosstown now to big city metropolis police headquarters. It's a few minutes later as the commissioner walks into his office.
I like that. Moonlight. Anybody know that? Roses bring wonderful memories of you.
It's a few minutes later now as the police commissioner returns to his office, pounds on the table, and demands action. I demand action here. Miss Miller?
Yes?
Get me Officer McGafferty, please.
All right.
McGaffigan.
McGaffigan, put your shoes on and come in. The commissioner wants to talk with you.
We've got to track down this dangerous criminal gang. I
Hello,
demand action.
Hello, Commissioner.
Hello, McGaffigan.
Do you want Macy?
Yes, we have decided to put you on this case of tracking down this dangerous band of criminals.
What have they been doing?
They've been robbing jewelry stores and what all.
Yeah, boy.
Well,
What do you
don't
want?
stand there, McGaffigan.
Don't
Get
you want
out
me to stand
and do
here
something.
holding my hat in my hand?
Put your uniform on. Get out and track down these criminals. We have nothing to work on except that they've held up several places.
Okay, I'll go right to work on it. I'll put my head to the grindstone.
What I want here, McGaffigan, is action.
All right, you'll get it.
McGaffigan, with very little to work on,
Particularly little brains.
starts out in his relentless pursuit of this gang of criminals. We see him walking his beat in one of the tougher districts of town.
Boy, I'm kind of scared down here alone. I wish the commissioner would give me an assistant.
Night falls. McGaffigan is now at Pier 27. In his brain, McGaffigan can hear words.
2 and 2 is 4. 4 and 4 is 8. 8 and 8
McGaffigan,
are
you gotta
10.
track down this
10 and 10
dangerous
are 11.
band of criminals, and 10 and 10 ain't 11. It's 13. You gotta track down these criminals, McGaffigan. You gotta make yourself something on the force. What are you now? Just a plain cop?
I'll
Come
always
on.
be a plain cop unless I get out and do something.
You'll always be a plain cop unless you get out and do something.
I've always been dumb
You've
all
always
my
been
life.
dumb, McGaffigan. Why don't you get out and do something?
I gotta prove to me that I ain't dumb, that I'm
You
brilliant.
gotta prove you're brilliant, not dumb.
I'm gonna jump in that river and drown like a
Jump
rat.
in that river, McGaffigan.
Oh my God, oh my God.
But Officer McGaffigan didn't jump in that river.
He was pushed.
After they got him out, McGaffigan got his first hot tip. Ow! That'll be Smiling Boy in the third race.
Okay, thanks.
A week later, no
Excuse me.
progress had...
It's lunchtime here around the breakfast table.
We'll have to hold this off until tomorrow.
Incidentally, do we get overtime for eating lunch at the breakfast table?
I don't know. We do not.
Well, it's something.
I was just getting interested in that play, though. I'm sorry.
We'll have to hold it over till tomorrow at much the same time.
What kind of a sandwich is that?
Bob, do you have a poem book you could read while
Well,
I eat?
I have nothing, but I think we have a commercial that's supposed to go just about here and now.
All right.
If he's willing to play it, we'll
See, I
listen
haven't
to
had
it.
friends.
Shh, quiet.
Open the magic door.
This is the Magic Toy Shop. We're busy as can be, making toys for girls and boys.
Where am I?
Why, New England, doll, and Novelty. But where did you come from?
Why, just a little girl, and I peeked in to see where Santa Claus gets all his toys.
Why, at New England, doll, and Novelty.
Oh, look at them all.
There's bikes and skates, carts and clocks, crayon slates, building blocks, choo-choo trains, aeroplanes, games and sleds, dolls and beds.
Why, there's any toy your heart desires.
At New England, doll, and Novelty.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Now, you know, the same thing wouldn't happen, Ray, if we opened that magic door.
What?
I say the same thing wouldn't happen. If we'd open that magic door,
We have a sound effect man open it. There'd be a squeak, which we don't have.
Squeak.
The door would open and we'd hear.
How do you do?
But anyway, the New England Doll and Novelty Company at 174 Washington Street, Boston, has been known as the house of a million items for over 30 years. And you'll find
Boy,
a
this
tremendous...
is good.
If they haven't sold one of those million items in 30 years, they better close up. But you'll find a tremendous selection of toys at exceptional prices.
Mrs. Dundee, I'd like to take time out to thank Hayes and Bickford's for getting together on this little sandwich. It's wonderful.
And so that Mother and Dad may shop together, the store is open until 10 o'clock every evening. For toys the youngsters dream about, visit New England Doll and Novelty Company, 174 Washington Street, near State Street in Boston, a separate wholesale division for dealers.
Well, that's something to know.
Now, I think in line with that, it'll be time for our pre-Christmas bedtime story.
All
The
right.
kids just about to take their naps now. Uncle Ray?
Good afternoon, boys and girls, and you adults who happen to be listening in. This afternoon, I've planned a little story for you. It's a fairy tale. It's called... Excuse me, what is it called?
Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Goldilocks and these here three bears.
I'll hold your cigar, Uncle Ray.
Okay, little Ned. Okay, kids, flop down in front of the radio and we'll tell you this here story. You see, Goldilocks here's a girl, and she has pretty golden hair. And she lived with her mommy and her daddy in a big house. And one day, Goldilocks, tired of all this for them, she went out to seek romance and adventure in a mining town out west.
Did she marry Carl Swenson?
No, probably will, though. So she marched through these here woods and kept tripping along merrily.
That's strictly a trade gag.
Yes. And finally, she was come up to this here house that's made out of gingerbread. I think.
Why was it made out of gingerbread?
I don't know, Ned, but it was made out of gingerbread and had wonderful icing all over it.
Oh.
So she licked the shutters a little and then decided to enter this here house. Meanwhile...
Did she open the door before she entered it?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up, little Ned. She opened the door like this.
Let's take it from line 3 again.
Green, you'll never be big time.
She opened the door, did she, Uncle Ray?
No. Yes, she did. So then she stepped in, and this here house belonged to three bears.
Why?
Well, they lived there. The daddy bear, the mama bear, and the baby bear. Now, Mama Bear had just dreamed up a wonderful breakfast of gruel.
Oh, boy.
And
I love that.
There was a big bowl of gruel for the old man, and a medium-sized bowl of gruel for Mama, and a little teeny itsy-bitsy bowl for Junior.
That all she served them for breakfast, gruel?
Did you ever eat gruel? That's all you want for breakfast.
It's cruel.
What?
It's gruel.
No, it's gruel.
That's what I say. Gruel is cruel.
I'll have to interrupt this story for a late bulletin. Leave the studio immediately.
Okay. I'll be quiet, Uncle Ray. Go ahead with your story. I'm getting interested, you know.
So she looks at the big bowl. She says, I think I'll try that. So she takes the spoon and dips in. It takes a mouthful, and it's too hot. So then she skips down the other end of the table, down to Mama's place, and takes a bowl of that.
You're not got much cooperation from your organist, are you?
No, he's nowhere.
See, he's patting that little monkey that's chained to the organ. So what happens on the story?
So then, she tried the gruel that was for Mama, and it was too cold. So then she saw this little bowl down at the other end. There are three ends to this table. And she runs way down there, and it's the baby bowl's gruel. And she tried that, and it was just right. She ate it all up. How much time have I got left?
Several minutes.
Well, this story's pretty long, you know. I wish somebody would interrupt me.
I ain't gonna.
Okay, so then she runs down, she tried that, and it was wonderful, so she ate it all up. So then she went into the living room, and there, kids, were three chairs, a big one, a middle-sized one, and a little one. She sat in the big one, whoops, too hard. And she sat in the middle-sized one, whoops, too soft. Then she went to the little one, whoops, just right. And she started to rock back and forth. Suddenly, it gave way, and she fell to the floor in a thunderous smash. And the chair was walloped to smithereens.
And just then the door opened, huh?
No, she went upstairs. And she saw three beds. The big bed for Daddy Bear, medium-sized bed for Mama Bear, and a little bed for Baby Bear. So she climbed up on she couldn't, as a matter of fact, get up on Daddy Bear's bed because it was too big. Then she went to the Mama's Bear, and it was too soft. And she went to the baby baby bear's bed. It was just right. She fell sound asleep. She'd been sleeping about 2 hours when suddenly the bears came home. The daddy bear, the mama bear, and a baby bear. And, here, Bob, will you read this line I wrote for you, just so you keep in this thing?
I'm waiting for my part to come up where I play the triangle.
All right. So she fell sound asleep, and the daddy bear came home, and the mother bear and the baby bear, and the daddy bear said, somebody's been eating my gruel. And the mother bear, oh, I can't. This is much too long. What happens is this, friends.
I'll hit it anyway.
Well, I'll bring you right up to date to save time and trouble. The butler committed the murder, and Goldilocks went up on a bad rap. Thank you, and good night.
She's still up there?
Yes.
Well, that was a great story.
I'm glad you liked it.
I really enjoyed that too, fellas.
The minute I get a sandwich, he gives me a solo on
I
stage.
haven't heard a bedtime story like that for an awful long time.
You know, Christmas is coming. There are only 16 more shopping days before Christmas Eve. Now, to
Does that
simplify,
include Christmas Eve?
I guess it does. To simplify your gift giving with the perfect success of bringing pleasure to all, just take our advice, and that's to make a list of all your loved ones, near friends, with the promise that you'll give them all New England's traditional gift of goodness, and of course, we mean Cynthia Sweets chocolates. See, Cynthia Sweets hand-fashioned chocolates have been the family treat, a delight to eat, for over 50 years.
They have.
Cynthia Sweets chocolates are always welcome with pleasure because their quality and unique, delicious recipes are always in perfect good taste.
Yeah, they are, friends, really.
For the most discriminating. Only fresh dairy butter, eggs, and cream go into Cynthia Sweets chocolates.
Well, that sounds good enough to eat.
Only the choicest of nut meats and fruits, and Cynthia Sweets' special chocolate coating is beyond imitation and beyond compare.
It's made out of genuine leatherette.
So, remember, ask for the gay Christmas-wrapped boxes of Cynthia Sweets chocolates and Miss Cynthia chocolates at your nearest drugstore or your favorite candy counter. Give the beautiful Cynthia Sweets package handsomely done up in Christmas red cellophane. Yes, give Cynthia Sweets chocolates to everyone on your list for Christmas, and you're sure to bring down the roof, to bring joy and satisfaction, because Cynthia Sweets chocolates have been the first choice of Santa Claus at Christmas time for over 50 years.
We take you now to Washington for an on-the-scene commentary by the Bob and Ray commentator, Lyle Gum, Jr.
Thank you very much. There's nothing particularly exciting going on in Washington today.
Thank you, Lyle Gum, Jr.
So I return you now to our Boston studio.
Here in Boston, we call upon the 365th Field Artillery Band and ask them their second selection. What is it called, Commander? Yes. It's yes. No.
What's going to happen now? We going to sing that one?
Excuse me, Bob, but may I have a Chesterfield, please?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
You are?
Certainly grateful to you, Claire.
You
All
going
right.
to,
Yes, why don't we sing, and could we make some arrangements whereby we could both read the same lyrics, Bob?
Well, I don't know. That's going to be kind of difficult. You need the music, Green?
Of course you don't. Bill can play it without music. After all, he's been trained that way. He's been trained without music. You can
Trained
tell.
to play by ear, and it sounds better that way.
All right, here we go.
Your lips tell me no,
but there's yes in your eyes. I've been missing your kissing just because I wasn't wise. I'll stop
and
I think I won't stop at
dreaming,
that, friend.
'cause I realize
Your lips tell me no, but there's yes in your eyes. Go ahead, Bob. No, but there's yes in your eyes. I've been missing your kissing just because I wasn't wise. Don't you sing the middle part, Bob, at all? I mean,
'cause I realize. I don't sing it, I don't know it.
tell me no, but there's yes in your
Yes, in your eyes. Wow.
Funny, you fellas finished before we did on that. Well, that's the
They
way
weren't
life
reading
goes.
the music, you see.
That's wonderful, and I think that you two fellas...
We want you two fellas for our unit opening at Lowe's Poli Theater, Last Chance, Saskatchewan, next Monday. If you can make it,
then
get
for
up there.
For the Christmas season, we're booking you into the Lowe's Poli Theater in Death Valley.
Right. It'll be a big week out there. Like to have all of our friends drop down.
Well, it would appear, Bob, that you and I have run the string out on this.
I believe we have for today. Tomorrow, another exciting chapter in the life of Clarence McGaffigan, cop. As well as features, we'll hear from Mary McGoon, I believe, again.
Thank you, Bob.
She didn't have much to say today. Bill Green, Ken Wilson at the piano and organ.
Good afternoon, friends.
No, we're
And
all
welcome
through.
to
We're all
Radio
through,
Land.
Mary.
It's been so long since I've had this opportunity to
We're
talk
just
with
saying
you.
goodbye.
What?
We're just saying goodbye.
Well, my watch must have stopped, Bob.
Yes, it did. Be here on time tomorrow, huh?
Oh, for the land's sakes. And I was going to give a receipt today.
Well, save it. Save it for tomorrow. Matinee with Bob and Ray came to you and comes to you and will come to you, maybe, from WHDH in the city of Boston.
Hey, look, friends, you've been wonderful, you know what I mean? Hey, look, keep working. I mean, if you find work right, and,
All stuff like that.
Hang by your thumbs and whatnot.